when you're on your way to the top and you're pushing and you're grinding and you're hustling, he said no one should know what you're doing, where you are. People got to be wondering, like, man, I haven't fucking seen Andrew in a while. Fucking, what's that guy up to? Like, I used to see him here. I see here. Hey, I've seen him really on social media. Haven't seen him around the bar. I haven't seen him around. Yeah, I usually see him at the gym in the afternoon, whatever. Like, because everything changes, right? Now you're going to the gym at like 4:30 in the morning. You're not you're not scrolling, dropping comments on stupid shit on social media because you're working, right? Like, you're doing the thing. You're doing what's required. And when you're traveling, you're not even telling people. You're just going. You got you're booking your shoots. You're doing your shit. You don't have time to even tell people. And it was so funny because he's like, when you are really locked in on another level, people shouldn't even know where you are. People got to be wondering what happened to you. Because when you come out on the other side, they're going to see that version of you, that next level version of you, and they're going to be like, oh, shit. It's like, that show like Extreme Home Makeover, or people leave and be like, where are they? Where'd they go? And they come back. Right. Or what was the Biggest Loser, right? They took you away from your family. Like, you didn't even see your family, right? And I'm sure there were some people in those people's world that were heavy, that were going on the show. When they left, I'm sure they like couldn't tell people they were going on the show in some cases. So they just disappeared. I'm sure they told their family they were going away, right? And their close friends. But there were other secondary and tertiary people in their world that they just vanished. They didn't know where they were, right? People who would see maybe at the store or, some bullshit like the coffee shop. You wouldn't tell those people you're going away. You just leave. And then you came back however many months later, however that long the show was, and you're a different human being because you were away, you were busy doing the work. So it was just like eye-opening for me. He's like, if people know where you are and people know what you're up to, you're doing it wrong. And I was like, wow, I never thought of my actions and how it like kind of viewed to the world. I never thought about it like that. But I realized like when I was in my like really like grind moments where I had to like, it was either survive or die, and I was doing everything I needed to do. No one knew where I was. Like, there was times where my mom was calling me, and she was like, I haven't talked to you in weeks. Like, where are you? She's leaving me voicemails. Like, what? Where are you? What are you doing? Are you even in the country? Like, what are you doing? And I just give her a quick call and be like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. Yeah. I'll see you soon. Whatever. But my friends, they'd be like, what are you doing? What are you, some kind of like spy? Like, you just disappeared. Right. And I just was like, no, I'm doing work. And yeah, you're not going to see me at the bar on Thursday night. You're not going to see me at the dude's house Saturday, Sunday, Saturday for college football, Sunday for pro football. Like, I disappeared from all of that. But I just didn't really tell anyone. I just stopped showing up. And the guys I would go to the gym with in like the late afternoon, early evening when that was my normal gym time, I stopped doing that. I was going to the gym. I was going to the gym at like 4:35 in the morning. The interesting thing about that was when I switched that, the gym in particular, I met a whole different series of people that were also at the gym at 5 a.m. Most of them were a lot older than me, and they were highly successful. So my crew of guys that were kind of on my level, if you would, we were all going to the gym at like, 4:30, 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock, kind of like in that time frame. That was when some guys got off of work and stuff like that, whatever. But I realized all the people that were going around that same time were all kind of on the same level. And then I started going at 5:00 in the morning. And the people there were on a totally different level. And I was like, oh, that's why they're on a different level. They're at the gym at 5:00. They're getting up at 4:30. They're at the gym at 5:00 and they're starting their day likely hours before the guys who are at the gym at 6:00 start their day. So they're compressing time. Everyone has the same amount of time. They were just managing their time better. It was such a wake up call to me to like say, okay, oh, I see. Now this is the first taste of time management equals success and power in your world, right? Okay, so now, oh, wait, hold on. Now when I do that, I'm meeting different people. Now I'm going to have coffee at 6:30 with some of these guys, and I'm learning about them, and they're learning about my business, and they're saying, hey, you know what? I got a friend that might be able to help you out. And now it's turning into a networking thing. And I'm like, oh, these people move differently. Where with the other crew, you're working out 5:30, 6:00. You're strolling out of the gym 7:30. Hey, you want to go grab a drink? You want to go grab a burger, which comes with fries, and you're just kind of just ruining the workout. You just it was a different feel. It was a different like burgers and beers at a bar at 7:30 at night, eating crap food, drinking alcohol, and having conversations about bullshit, sports, other people on TV living their dream, they did the work. They woke up at 5:00. They did the work, the workouts, and they made it to the NFL. We're talking about them and how many yards they had, and that was my life. And then I switched over and started talking to other people and having different conversations at 6:30, 7:00 in the morning. And we were talking about networking, business building, and growth and development. And then I got invited to a mastermind, and that mastermind introduced me to someone that got me into commercial real estate. Now, I own multiple apartment buildings with that guy. Like it was the craziest transition. So during that time, no one knew where I was. My whole schedule changed. Everywhere I used to appear, I disappeared. And people were like, where are you? And then when I came back, I came back a little bit, people were like, where you been? And I was building. I was building what I needed to build in the space and time that I needed to do it. It wasn't possible with the old Suresh and the old schedule and the old people and the old practices and places and whatever. I had to start living the life of the guy I wanted to be in order to become that guy. It was kind of weird. Like, you don't start living the life of the person you want to be after you become that person. You have to start living that life before, and then that makes you into that person. And yeah, right. And it was so crazy. So anyway, going full circle back to my buddy saying, no one knows where I am right now. It was so funny to be in you're in another country, and it's like, yeah, no one knows where I am. I'm on the grind. I'm going. I'm moving, and no one knows my moves. I'm just pedal to the ground, rip the brake pads off the car, and just going all out. And I was like, that's what it takes. That's what it takes. That's exactly what it takes. And that's what most people aren't willing to do. Most people are not willing to go that deep into no, I got to succeed. I need to make it. They're not willing to go to that point where they literally disappear because they're afraid of what are people going to say? People are going to ask where I am. I can't break those patterns. If I don't show up at the gym at 6:00, they're going to be wondering if I don't show up on Saturday for their Sunday for the game, they're going to be wondering what I am, and I might look bad. They might start talking about me, right? You can't give a fuck about any of that stuff, right? And you got to just say, this is what I need to do. And sometimes it's cold-blooded. You don't tell people, and you can't give a shit about it. You're like, no, this is what I'm doing. And if you're really serious about leveling up, that's what's required. And the people who are serious, they do what's required without giving a concern about anyone else, because no one else is paying your bills, no one else is paying your mortgage, no one else is paying your car note, no one's buying your food. And if you start looking at it from that standpoint, you can disappear and have not a single person know where you are, or people who don't matter not know where you are. And it becomes really easy because you realize they don't pay your bills and they are not going to make your life the life you want. And I was like, wow, that was pretty wild. And we were like having this conversation during like lunch. I was like, wow, it was crazy. So yeah, just a conversation about leveling up, you know? So when what's required and what people do, the top 1% do, and you know, the bottom 99, they just kind of, they talk about it and it just never happens. So it was a cool story.